is likely in the north and therefore the greatest chance of some snowfall. But there's uncertainty, so as ever, please do stay tuned to the forecast.
From New York, a Talking Movies review of 2022, the biggest movie events of the year, the landmark pictures and filmmakers we celebrated, and the unexpected hits, as well as my top 10 films of the year. Join me, Tom Brooke, for Talking Movies review of 2022. Watch on BBC iPlayer.
I'm Ella and I'm 14.
I'm Jeffa, I'm 16.
I'm Robin and I'm Noah.
I want to find out what's being done to fight the stigma.
Is it related to the cost of living crisis?
I've got dyscalculia. I really struggle with numbers.
BBC Young Reporter Competition, The Winners 2022. Watch on BBC iPlayer.
Hello, I'm Kasia, Madera. You're watching Outside Source. Joe Biden has welcomed the Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky to the White House on his first trip outside of Ukraine since the Russian invasion. Protests in Afghanistan as a new Taliban decree denies women students entry to universities. Thousands of ambulance workers are on strike in England and Wales. The British Health Secretary says unions have made a conscious choice to inflict harm on patients. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky is in the United States. It is his first trip abroad since Russia invaded in February. He's been welcomed by President Biden at the White House amid photos and handshakes. But what concrete help will he get from his biggest supporter on the battlefield? Well, this was the moment that Volodymyr Zelensky arrived in the US. He then made the journey to Washington to meet the American president. And just a short while later, he arrived at the White House with a red carpet laid out, two flags standing side by side, the US and Ukraine. President Biden and his wife, Dr. Jill Biden, met the Ukrainian leader before shaking hands and posing for a few photos. And within the last half hour, we've had these images from inside the White House ahead of a meeting in the Oval Office, which is scheduled to last for around 2 hours. Now, President Biden said the Ukrainian people were an inspiration and vowed to strengthen support for their struggle with Russia.
And the American people have stood proudly with them, Democrats and Republicans, together with our allies in Europe, Japan, and other places, to make sure you have the financial, humanitarian,